Hi, welcome to Back to Basics. Back to Basics is a low-impact class for some of our post-op knee replacement, hip replacement, shoulder replacement types of clientele. So we're going to do a lot of modification exercises today for exercises that we're not able to do. We'll let you know. This is my assistant Carly. Carly's going to be doing the modifications. So you can watch either of us and I'll explain exactly what I'm doing as we go. And yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start here today with just a quick little warm-up. So what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to go and I'm going to start with just balance work. So first thing I'm going to do is called a tandem walk. So I'm going to take and put my foot in front and I'm going to try and just stay as stable as possible, taking about 5 steps forward, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to come right back. Carly's over here, she's going to be holding that position and then switching feet after I come back. We're trying to just focus on keeping our weight evenly distributed through both feet. I'm going to go through that twice. So I'm going to go through another 5 steps and then turning back around. Taking it nice and slow during this exercise. We want to make sure we're under level ground. When we get back to our spot here, we're going to go into our next little stretch out here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to lean that front leg back a little bit. And I'm going to switch, same leg. I'm going to do 3 down, 3 back. So now I'm going to do it with the right leg staying in back, just stretching that out. Tightening that glute on the right side, trying to stretch out those hip flexors. Next here, I'm going to do what's called a Frankenstein stretch. So I'm walking forward, I'm going to kick my leg, keep it nice and straight. If you need to do this at the seat, go ahead and use the seat as an extra balance measure. I'm going to do mine down, 5 back. Stretching out the hamstrings during this stretch. Next motion we're going to do is the lunge. So I'm going to have Carly do it at the chair. I'm going to take a couple of steps forward. We're just using this for a stretch out here, so we're not doing a lot of repetitions. So we do 3 down and 3 back. Making sure we're doing an equal amount on each leg and that the toe's not coming too far over the knee's not coming too far over the toe. All right, next one here, we're going to do a lateral lunge, so we're going to be working on the hips here a little bit. So I'm going to go on down. I'm going to lean my weight over into that hip. So I'm going down the right side first. I'm going to go down 4 and then come on back 4. So I'm coming back with the left, putting that weight into that left hip. All right, and we're going to start today by just going out and going behind our chair. I want to work with balance. So I'm going to have Carly showing the balance at the chair. I'm going to stand out in front to kind of demonstrate what we're doing here. So first thing we're going to do is just a single leg balance. So it's easiest to do this at the side of your chair if you need it. And we're just holding that. We're going to go for about 10 seconds here, so I'm going to count it down here. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to switch feet. I'm going onto my left foot now. Starting now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back down here. Taking a second here. We're going to use the chair for our next drill too. We're going to stand behind the chair, and what we're going to do is we're going to rise up onto the toes. So we're elevating the heels on both feet. We're going to shoot for a total of 20 repetitions on this one. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, ending on the calf raises there. Just kind of let them rest here for a minute. A lot of times there's a little bit of a burn factor to having that many repetitions, so we're going to give them a second before we go right back to our single leg balance. From here, we're gonna go get set up. And we're gonna go right foot first here, starting our countdown from 10 seconds. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switching sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. All right, getting ourselves in position. We're gonna go one more round, 20 repetitions on those calf raises, rising up on the toes. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got 5 left. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, nice work. We're heading to our chair next. We're gonna have a seat for a moment. So this next exercise is called a sit to stand. So I'm gonna have people seated first. You can start this from a standing position if it's easier, but we wanna practice getting in and out of the chair without having to shoot ourselves forward. So we wanna contract our abdominals here and then give ourselves a counterweight. So we're gonna put our hands out in front. From this position here, I'm about hip width apart with my feet, maybe even a little bit outside of that. And I'm going to begin my reps now by tightening my abdominals and going up. So we're gonna do 12 total reps. There's 1, 2, 3, and I'm trying to just touch and go here as best I can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, and 12, good. We're having a seat here, take a break. In the meantime, I'm gonna give us an opportunity to do a little upper body as well. So this next exercise we're going to do is called the band pull apart. Best thing to do with the band is just give it one little wrap around your hand, just so it doesn't get away from you. We're gonna hold the arms out, slightly bent at the elbow, and our focus is trying to pull that band apart and get it close to our sternum. Really trying to focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together. This is more of a postural exercise. 4, 5, going for 12 again, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good, we're taking a break. Rest those arms. We're gonna set that to the side for now because we're gonna go right back to our sit to stands. Remember, shooting for 12, hip width apart with the feet, setting our abdominals, and then our counterweight is our arms out in front. All right, starting out here, we got 1, 2, under control, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 left, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one. Good, have a seat, rest the legs here. Brings us back to our band. So we're gonna go with that band pull apart. 1 wrap on each side. Again, any of this equipment you can get off of Amazon, you can get it on Target online. They usually come in packs. If you get the full circle bands, we'll use it in a little bit. All right, arms out in front, elbows slightly bent. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good, we're taking a break here. We're gonna stay seated for our next exercise. So with our next exercise, I wanna grab, it's called the hip circle. These are the ones you can get on pretty much any of the major, I guess, retail stores online. You can get these at any sporting goods store. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this around our wrist. And from this position here, I'm just gonna hold my elbows up high, about 90 degrees. And I'm just gonna pull this apart. We're just gonna hold that for about 1 second here. And we're trying to work the deltoid muscles here. It's gonna be just that outside of the shoulder muscle. 4, we're gonna go for 12 again. Trying to maintain that stability in the shoulder. So we're halfway there. 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Rest those. That one will burn you after the end of that set, so yep, just kind of let them hang to the side here. Very good. Okay, we're gonna go to a new one here. We're gonna grab our other band again. What I wanna do is just wrap around one side, so I'm wrapping around my left hand, and I'm gonna hold the other end like so in my fist. I'm gonna take my left arm, I'm gonna tuck it to my side here. This is called a banded tricep extension. So what I'm gonna do, start in this position, I'm gonna extend the elbow and control it back. So we got 1 rep, 2, 3, 4. Should be working the back of the arm here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one. Perfect. Okay, we're switching sides, and I'm wrapping around my right hand, tucking that to my side, elbow high, extending out to that elbow. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Good, taking a break here. We want to go back to our hip circle band. Just give those shoulders a minute before we start. Then again, it's going right below the hand onto the wrist, coming up to about 90 degrees. We got 1, 2, good, just pushing out against that band. They do come in extra resistances, so yellow is going to be your easiest, green's your second easiest, red is going to be your third, then it goes blue and black. Go 5 left. Two left, going for 12, 11, and 12. Good, resting those out again. Go that banded tricep extension. So I'm gonna wrap it around my left hand again first. Right hand's gonna have the elbow high. We're extending out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're switching sides here. Wrapping that around the right hand, tucking that into the hip, extending out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last rep, and relaxing. Good. Let's give those shoulders another break here just to relax. We're gonna go back to standing next to the chair, and our lunges are gonna come back into play again. So I have Carly doing it at the side of the chair. It does not matter which side of the chair you are at. I'm going to do walking lunges, so if you're able to do walking lunges, that's what we're going to do. If not, we have a secondary option. So I'm going to do 6 forward and 6 back, but for the sake of my distance here, I'm going to go into about 3 down, 3 back, and repeat twice. And I have it set for an alternating lunge. So we're really trying to work those quads evenly. Making sure we're keeping that balance. And this will be my way back here, will be my 12th rep. Getting 6 aside. Perfect, taking a break here. And from this position here, we're just gonna breathe it out, and we're gonna go right back into those lunges. We're not gonna mix anything with this exercise. All right, setting back up. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Relaxing. All right, next thing I'm gonna have us do, we're gonna grab our dumbbells. Dumbbell is another thing you can get at any sporting goods store. They come in various weights. You can get from anywhere from 1 all the way up to a 15 with these rubber handled ones, and they have great grip to them. What we're gonna do with this one is I'm gonna be standing to the side. I'm gonna have Carly do it with just 1 dumbbell, so she can hold on to the chair. And what I'm gonna do is try and keep my upper back nice and tight, and I'm gonna just stretch out my hamstrings with this one. Now if we need the extra balance, you can hang on to the chair just right. Yep, perfect, just like what Carly's doing there. Just keeping the legs as straight as we can. You can have a little bend to them, and that's fine. Big thing we're trying to watch for here on these Romanian deadlifts is that we're not letting the shoulders round over like this. So nice and tight in the back. Let's get 4 more here. 1, 2, 3, and relaxing. I'm gonna set those back behind. Taking a break here. From this position, we're gonna go back into balancing. So I'm gonna go back to our tandem stance. And what we're gonna do is just hold this position as long as we can. But I'm gonna distribute my weight a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now is send my weight to the front foot and then back to the back foot. I'm just gonna keep changing that weight 12 times through. So this is my 3rd time going to the front foot and back. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and last one, 12. Good, so I did my right foot in front that time. When we come back to it, we're gonna do left foot in front, or if you did the left foot first, we're gonna do the right foot instead in the front portion on the next set. But we're gonna go back to our Romanian deadlift next here. And I got both dumbbells. If we need to use just one, do that too. All right, 12 reps starting now. 1, 2, 3. It's important if you're having low back pain here to just kind of take the motion slow and maybe don't go so deep. halfway there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You can set your dumbbells on the ground. And then back over to the side of the chair. If we need to use that chair, let's definitely keep it nearby. And I'm starting with the left foot in front for that transition of weight. It's just 12 shifts forward and back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. We're going to head on back to the chair here, take a little break. Let's use this little time here that we have to just grab a quick drink of water. And then we're going to go back to our dumbbells here. So we're going to use these in the seated position. And our next exercise is going to be a bicep curl. So we're going to be working the front of the arm here. So from this position, I've got my hands palm facing out. And we're going straight up. We want to make sure we're feeling the motion as we do it. So when we get to the top, we're really squeezing those muscles. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aim is for 12 again. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. We're going to hold those right at our sides here. What I'm going to have us do next is just a little bit of a side crunch with our dumbbell in hand. So what we're going to do, just kind of sag off to the side a little bit. We're trying to squeeze right around the midsection here, right in the oblique region. We're just going to go through repetitions on the same side. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. And we're going to go right over to the opposite side, so I'm using my left as my second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Taking a little rest here. Set those dumbbells on our sides here, just rest the grip. We're going to go right back over to that bicep curl again. Remember, arms at the sides. We're going palms facing out. And right back up again, focusing on that squeeze in that bicep muscle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Good, resting the arms here. We're going to hold those dumbbells at our side to do some side crunches again, starting on the right side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Switching to that left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Relaxing. Set those dumbbells down for a moment. We'll go into a little bit of abdominal work here before we go back to standing position. So from here, what I want to do first is just it's a modification of an exercise called the V-sit. We're going to keep our feet flat on the floor. And if we need to advance the exercise, we can lift the feet off the floor. Let's start with feet on the floor. I'm going to cross my arms. And I'm going to lean back. I'm sitting towards the front of the chair in this one. I'm leaning back. I'm trying to avoid hitting my back to the back of the chair. Just trying to stabilize with my abdominal muscles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on holding this for time. So I want to do about a 10 to 15 second hold. We're going to do 10 seconds today. Starting now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sitting back up, taking a break here. Just taking a couple deep breaths here to just kind of relax. Good, and the next exercise we're going to do is just a little cross body action here. So we're going to do a little rotation exercise. So I just call this exercise just the boxer move. So what we're going to do is we're going to have just an open hand here, and we're going to reach across and just rotate nice and slow. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good, and we're switching sides. You can advance this exercise as well with a little weight in your hand. So anywhere from 1 to a 10 pounder. 10 is probably gonna be pretty heavy. Let's probably keep it in between the 1 and the 5 range. All right, let's go to that right side for the rotation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Relaxing, arms at our sides here. We're gonna go back to our first exercise that we did there. So that we're going back to that modified V-sit. So we're crossing the arms towards the front of the chair. Abs are tight, sitting back, counting for the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sitting back up. Now if we wanted to advance this exercise, how we do it is by bringing up the legs and holding that same position. I had to move back into the seat a little bit more to keep my balance and not hit the back of the chair. But that's what you would do to advance the exercise. If you want to do that for your 10-second holds, you can definitely try that. Otherwise, feet on the floor is completely fine. Next exercise, we're going back to that cross-body jab, so that boxer move. I'm going to put left hand on the hip, starting with my open right hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. And now we're switching sides. Reaching across the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. All right, so what we're gonna go to next, we're gonna go to standing position. I'm gonna use these dumbbells just one more time. What I'm gonna have us do is a shoulder exercise here. And I want us to go one arm at a time. So if we have problems with this exercise, let's just focus on an abdominal exercise in the process. I'm gonna have Carly here go into a modified Russian twist. So she's gonna hold on to one of her dumbbells. And from that seated position, I'm gonna have her do is just kind of twist from side to side. Trying to keep the abs tight. And What I'm gonna do in the meantime is I'm gonna do a front raise for the shoulder. Now doing this only if we're capable, otherwise that modified Russian twist that Carly is doing during this exercise will be perfect. So we're doing 12 on each arm. Got 7 there. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Relaxing with those at the side. And for that Russian twist, same thing, we're going for 12 to each side of the body. So a total of 24 there. It goes pretty fast. We want to make sure we're under control, we're not rotating too quickly. We're going to keep those dumbbells in hand. Just taking a quick breather, and then we're going to go back into the same exercise. All right, getting set up, and begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we can set those dumbbells down. We are good with that. Our next exercise we're going to do, this will also be standing. What I'm going to have us do is take our hip circle and we're going to wrap that down around our heels. Or sorry, not our heels, but our ankles. On both sides. Kind of get out the kinks there a little bit. And now I'm going to do this just walking side to side. I'm going to have Carly do it behind the chair. So she's going to go back and forth. The big thing here is too is we want to just make sure we keep good tension on the band. So by keeping good tension on the band, we want to make sure we're staying about hip width apart with the band around our ankles. So I'm going to go down to the left first. I'll give myself a little extra space here. We're going to keep the feet nice and straight and parallel, and we're stepping out to the side into a shuffling motion. So I'm going to do 5 down, 5 back. And I want to do that twice through. And there's my first 5 down and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. And heading on back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's give those hips a break here for a second. Want to make sure we're getting good separation in the feet. Now if we have a little bit of lack in balance at the moment, let's make sure we're using our chair to our advantage here. You should be feeling it right in the outside of the hips. We're going to do one more round here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heading back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And coming back to the front of our chair, go ahead and have a seat, and we're going to take the band off. It's the last thing we need it for. And we'll set that back down to the side. The next one we're going to do, we're going to go back to our TheraBand. And we're just going to use this as a mobility exercise here. So I'm going to wrap it around. My band's kind of short, so I'm not going to really wrap it too tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little resistance on it. I'm just going to start at my thighs. I'm going to elevate that as high as it is comfortable for me. And I just want to make sure I'm going slow enough to let this stretch out. Hold that at the highest point for about 5 seconds, coming down nice and slow. I'm keeping a little resistance on the band just to make my shoulders have to work, can stabilize the joint. Going back up, we're going to do this 3 times. Remember, at that highest point, just holding it for 5 seconds. And there's 2. Keeping that tension on. Last 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5, coming down nice and slow. All right, we are going to use this band for one last thing too. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this, I call it my bow and arrow pull back. So we're working the back of our back muscles, our rhomboids. What I'm going to have us do is just pull it back like you're shooting a bow. Making sure that shoulder blade is moving. You choose the difficulty when you have these bands, so if you need to make it tighter, you just wrap it around a little bit higher up the band. So 5 more, we're going to get to that 12 marker again. Good, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. A lot of times one side's a little bit more awkward than the other. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Resting those shoulders at our sides. We're going to do one more round of that first exercise, just that mobility drill. All right. And we'll go ahead and get set up. So a little bit of tension on the band. We're just elevating nice and slow, highest point we can get to. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down slow. Back up, keeping that tension on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. This will be our last repetition of this exercise. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down slow. Good, let those roll a little bit here. Resting out. We'll go back to our bow and arrow pull. So I'm wrapping that around my left hand first. I'm gonna do my pulls with the right. Got 1, 2, squeezing that shoulder blade back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Switching sides, wrapping that around the right hand, pulling back with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, snapped mine. 11 and 12. That definitely happens. It'll scare you a little bit, but usually it's fine. All right, we're gonna put that away. Did both of those exercises. We're gonna begin our cool down here. So we made it through all the hardest parts. Now we get to do the fun part, or the relaxing part, I should say, not the fun part. So what we're gonna start here with is just lengthening out one leg. I'm gonna start with my right. I'm gonna lean back against the chair. What I'm gonna do is bring my left leg up, that was bent, and I'm stretching out the hips here. I'm gonna hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We're gonna switch sides, so I'm gonna lengthen out my left leg. Now, if you're lacking some flexion in the knee because you've had a recent surgery, what we're going to do is we're going to grab underneath the leg. That way we don't have to focus so much on the flexion part. We're going to bring that up because we're trying to stretch the hip. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. All right, we're gonna stay in that bent knee position on one side. I'm gonna stick my left leg out first. What I wanna do is I wanna reach towards my toes here just as far as is comfortable for me. The hamstrings are a little tight today, so not able to reach my toe, and that's all right. We're just trying to hold that stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Right foot is out now. Same thing, we're gonna reach out towards that toe. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. All right, so next one we're gonna do here, and it's just best to our abilities, we're gonna try and bring that foot up over the knee. I'm gonna try and give myself a little pressure if it's comfortable with the person. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold that position, kind of giving myself a little extra from my hands, holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Now if we're lacking that flexion, once again, we're not able to do that, we're just gonna keep it a little bit lower. And I'm just gonna keep that leg extended out. And I'm gonna press down like that. So we're still trying to stretch that inner thigh area and the outer hip in this little stretch out here. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Next one here that I want to do is just lengthening out with both legs. I want to dorsiflex, so flex the toes towards the shins, and then I want to point the toes, so plantar flexing. We're going to go through 10 repetitions of that. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, we're sitting back up. All right, last one here that we're gonna do is gonna be for the quad. This is the big one here. There's a couple different ways to do this. The best one that I have found for somebody who has just had that knee surgery, that hip surgery, is take things very slowly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over towards the side of the chair. I wanna make sure that I'm stable in my chair, but I wanna go back like so. So the best method I've seen is kind of going out wide and just grabbing that toe back, and you're just sitting on the end. You're just letting this stretch through the thigh here. If the flexion is no problem, what you can do is just bring it underneath the chair, and then you can lean back against the chair, and that'll give a bigger stretch through here. Usually works with taller chairs, obviously, than shorter chairs. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side, do the same thing. So again, that wide scooping motion, letting that stretch. Otherwise, we're going underneath if we're able, and just leaning back towards the back of the chair, letting that quad stretch out. Let's hold that for another 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back up. All right, next one we're gonna do is shoulders. So we're heading across the body here. We're gonna hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. You should have been feeling a stretch right along here in the shoulder. Next one we're gonna do is the tricep stretch, so the back of the arms. We're gonna go up and above. Find it best to kind of go over the top of my head when I do this one. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switching sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Give this a little time here just to do some arm circles here. Just kind of get the motion back into the shoulders again. Reversing through a couple of times. Good. Next one we're going to do here is we are going to go just out in front, and I'm going to keep my arms straight. I'm going to pull back on my hand a little bit, stretching that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switching sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing at the sides. Okay, we're going to do a little low back stretch here. So I'm going out nice and wide on the outside of my chair. I'm going to reach forward just as far as I can. If I can touch the floor, great. If you can put your hands flat on the floor, that's even better. Holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. We're going to use the back of our chair here, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Kind of leaning forward as we do it. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Just a couple left here, so we're going to rotate. I'm going to grab that back of the chair, and I'm just going to hold this rotation stretch here. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and facing back to center. We're going to take a couple of nice deep breaths here, and we're just going to focus on neck movement next. So what we got here, 5 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really trying to fill up those lungs with air. Getting our heartbeat back down again. Good, and just relaxing. Last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of neck rotation. So what I'm going to do here to start is we're just going to look side to side. I'm going to look to the right first, and over to the left. There's 2, let's do 3 more to each side. 3, 4, and 5. Next one, we're going to take our chin, we're going to move it towards our chest here, and then we're going to extend. There's 1, we're going to do 5 in each direction. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And last one we're going to do is just roll out. Let's do 5 in each direction. Nice and slow, not trying to get dizzy. If you are somebody who suffers from vertigo, I would not suggest doing this rotational one. Good, and we're just going to go back to center here. Take a couple more deep breaths. Let's do 5 more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Very good. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for coming to Back to Basics, and we'll see you next time.